Life is not just the passing of time. Life is a collection of experience, their intensity, and their frequency. This quote from Bill Bailey really changed my perspective about life and time. If someone dies at age 44, will you say that he died young? What if he lived 4 lifetimes in those 44 years? That might not be too young after all. Hi, my name is Edwin and welcome to my channel. If you have yet to subscribe to my channel, like this video and hit the subscribe button now. Alright, let's get right into it. Recently I came across a video about Jim Rohn's time management tips, where he shared 15 ways to become a master at time management. Number 1. Step down to something easier. The guys in sales always want to own the company. When they finally own the company, they find that they do not have time to play golf. But when they were doing sales, they earned 3 times as much and had 3 times of golf session every week. Their lives were never their own when they start managing their own company. They wanted to go back to sales. So the key point is, when pressed too hard, you might want to consider stepping down to something with lesser time pressure. Take note, if you do not have time to do what you love, you might want to consider joining a slower group. Number 2, work smarter and become more skillful. Some people chose to work longer and harder. If they cannot do the work in 12 hours, they go 14 hours. If 14 hours is not enough, they go 16. But what if you achieve a lot, but your health fails and are too sick to enjoy your success? You can work only that hard. There is always a limit. So here's the key: not to work harder, but to work smarter. Initially, you got to put in the numbers, and when you develop more of yourself to become more skillful, time management becomes much easier. Number 3, either you run the project or it runs you. When you start something at first, you are always in charge. But sometime later, it becomes in charge of you instead. For instance, take charge of your health because you are the one who is responsible for it. If not, it will take charge of you when you fall sick due to neglect. Number 4, set reasonable time for goals. Reasonable time is enough time. It is not the hours you put in, it is what you put in those hours. Number 5, write and prioritize your goals. It is crucial that you write down your goals and take note of what is important this week and this month. Number 6, often review. Go over your goals often to get inspired and to make sure that the list is working for you. Number 7, learn to study majors and minors. Here's the key: don't major in minor things. If you always major in minor things, you will always be behind the curve constantly. So what is major time and minor time? Taking a sales job for example, minor time is thinking about the prospect, making a list of prospects, keeping books on prospect, going to see the prospect, evaluating the prospect after you've been there. Major time is in the presence of the prospect. The time that really counts is the time in which you are doing the major stuff, and that is in the presence of the prospect. Number 8, don't mistake movement for achievement. It is easy to get faked out by being busy. If you're just busy the whole day, the real question is, doing what? If you're just going and going, you might be doing a figure 8. You're just getting small progress. Don't mistake movement for achievement. Number 9, concentration. Be where you are. Work when you are at work and play when you are at play. If when you are on a holiday, you are thinking of work and working on your project, your family is going to be upset. But when you're at work, you are thinking of holidays. You want to bring your family for a vacation. The result? Things don't go well at the office because you are thinking of vacation. And during vacation, your family is not happy because you are thinking of work. So be at vacation when you are at vacation, and be at office when you are at work. When you play, you play. And when you work, you work. Don't mix the two. Number 10, learn to say no. It is always easy to be a nice person and say yes, yes, yes to everything and find yourself overloaded. Worse still, you still need to find the effort to back out of the things you said yes to quickly. You can simply answer, I don't think so, but any changes, I'll call you. Remember not to let your mouth overload your back. 11. Analyze how you are. If you have some weaknesses and you find that you can't seem to get it changed, get it covered. One common example is that many people are trying to keep the books, where they can outsource to an accountant to keep the books for a small fee. You need to realize that in order to save the small fee, you lost tons of productivity. Just because you want to save that small fee, it is totally not worth it at all. So the key is that a lot of times you can stay the way you are. Just make sure you get it covered. 12. Beware of the phone and other systems of communication. You should let all communication systems serve you and don't let them intrude you. When it comes to time for dinner with your family, you shut off all systems unless they can take messages silently. Don't let anything or anyone intrude through the front or back door, nor through the telephone or any other devices. Don't let anything in during that period of time. 13. Be more alert to the things that might be stealing your time. Time is like capital. You can't let anyone steal your capital. You can't let someone steal your time. You must designate your time, and some of the time you designate, you must not let anyone steal. For casual time, you might let someone in and steal a little bit, but not serious time. 14. Learn to ask questions up front. Sometimes you talk to a person for hours, then you ask questions and find out if you would have asked those questions up front, you could have saved yourself and the person a few hours. Asking questions up front helps you get to the problem immediately. 15. Learn to think on paper. Take things out of your head and put them on paper. Take your problems out of your head and put it on paper and solve it. You should also keep a journal, which might be a part diary. Most importantly, it is used to collect good ideas for your health, business, for your future, and for time management. And it could even make up part of your personal private library. One recommendation that you can use for your journal is Notion. I used it for my second brain to document details of my various projects. And no, they're not sponsoring this video, though someday I hope they will. Well, here you go, 15 tips for time management from Jim Rohn to help you manage your time.